So I come to tell you He's alive, to tell you that He dries every tear that falls.
Hello, this is Clint Louie coming to you today with 5 minutes from friendship. Soul nourishment. Soul nourishment. I have here in my hands an excerpt from George Mueller on soul nourishment. And what he's speaking of is getting your own soul happy in Jesus. He speaks of how in his own life he would rise, he would set himself to pray, but he found that his mind would wander and that he felt like his prayers weren't getting anywhere. But he, day after day after day, I've got to pray, duty. Only to discover a great secret. A secret that carried him through in his Christian life, a secret that just made his own soul happy in Jesus and gave him refreshment and renewal and strength. And what I'd like to do is read a little of this to you today, if I may, and I hope it'll be a blessing to your heart. So bear with me. I'm going to read parts of this to you on soul nourishment. And you can look this up online, Soul Nourishment by George Mueller. But let me share just a little of this with you, if I may. He says, I saw more clearly than ever that the first great and primary business to which I ought to attend every day was to have my soul happy in the Lord. The first thing to be concerned about was not how much I might serve the Lord or how I might glorify the Lord, but how I might get my soul into a happy state and how my inner man might be nourished. So this is what he said he began to do. He said, I began therefore to meditate on the New Testament from the beginning, early in the morning. The first thing I did after having asked in a few words the Lord's blessing upon His precious Word was to begin to meditate on the Word of God, searching, as it were, into every verse to get blessing out of it. Not for the sake of public ministry of the Word or not for the sake of preaching on what I'd meditated upon, but for the sake of obtaining food for my own soul. The result I have found to be almost invariably this, that after a few minutes, my soul has been led to confession or to thanksgiving or to intercession or to supplication, so that though I did not, as it were, give myself to prayer, but to meditation, yet it turned almost immediately more or less into prayer. When thus I have been for a while making confession or intercession or supplication or giving thanks, I go to the next words or verse, turning all as I go on into prayer for myself or others as the word may lead to it, but still continually keeping before me that food for my own soul is the object of my meditation. The result of this is that there is always a good deal of confession, thanksgiving, supplication, or intercession mingled with my meditation. So he said, I have discovered that by giving myself to just opening the Word of God and meditating on it for a few moments, it has led me to being prayerful and giving confession or thanksgiving. He goes on and he writes and he says, I had found in olden times that I would begin to pray, but my mind would wander and I just felt like I wasn't getting anywhere before the Lord. He said, no, my new practice is this. I open the Word of God and I take the Word of God and I begin to just slowly read and just to digest on it for a few moments and ask the Lord to speak to my heart. And he said, I find myself beginning to pray right from the Word of God. May I tell you today, that's the way we live the Christian life. Let your soul be happy in Jesus. And you can get happy in Jesus today, no matter what circumstances are around you. But by the Word of God, your soul can be nourished and your prayers energized. And you can have that sweet communion with Christ. This is Clint Louie. Have a great day.